Welcome to Translation Compass, the localization podcast, presented by Leginda, the online translation agency.
hmm
Today, we are diving into a topic that's absolutely crucial in our increasingly globalized world.
Right.
Certified translations?
Yes, certified translations, they're more than just your average translation. We're
Yeah.
talking about documents with real legal weight.
Okay, so for someone like me, someone who might need one someday, what exactly is it that makes a translation certified?
Well, it boils down to guaranteed accuracy
hmm
and a very, very specific stamp of authenticity from the translator. It's almost like the translation equivalent of having a document notarized.
So you're saying it's not enough to just have someone who's fluent in both languages just type it up?
Oh, definitely not. Think about a scenario where you're submitting, let's say, a university diploma from another country
Right.
as part of a job application. The employer needs to be absolutely sure that what they're seeing is a true and faithful representation of the original document. That's where the certification comes in.
So it's about trust and verification. You're
Yeah.
guaranteeing that what's on that translated document is legit.
Exactly. And the way that guarantee is made is through the translator's handwritten signature, a formal seal or stamp,
Uh-huh.
and a specific statement declaring the translation's accuracy. It's a pretty rigorous process.
I bet. So I'm guessing not just anyone can just offer this service. What kind of qualifications do you need to become a certified translator?
Well, it varies a bit from country to country, but the bar is high. Think rigorous training, passing official exams, and often even being vetted by courts or professional translation organizations.
Wow, that's intense. It's like they're linguistic detectives making sure every detail is perfect and legally sound.
That's a great way to put it. They need a deep understanding not just of the two languages, but also of the legal systems involved.
I'm starting to see why these certified translations can be so important.
Yeah.
And from what I've gathered, there are also some interesting facts and even misconceptions surrounding them.
Oh, absolutely. One thing that often surprises people is that you don't always need the original document to get a certified translation. A certified copy can often do the trick.
Really?
Ah.
That's pretty handy. I would have thought the original document would always be necessary. This deep dive is already full of surprises.
And here's another one. Certified translations don't actually have an expiration date. Their validity is tied to the original document itself. As long as that original document is valid, so is the translation.
Oh, okay. So it's not like I'd need to get a new translation every few years or something like that.
Exactly. However, there are times when you might need additional verification on top of the certification, especially if you're dealing with documents that need to be recognized across international borders. That's where things like apostilles and legalizations come in.
Ooh, those sound complicated. Tell me more about those.
Essentially, they're like an extra stamp of approval verifying that the translator's credentials are recognized in another country. Think of it like this. Let's say you got married in France, and now you need to use your French marriage certificate to say, apply for a visa in Canada. An apostille would be added to your certified translation to guarantee the Canadian authorities will accept it.
So it's kind of like a global seal of approval, making sure everyone's on the same page, legally speaking.
Precisely. An apostille is a streamlined process often used between countries that have signed something called the Hague Convention. But sometimes you need a more complex process involving multiple levels of government verification. That's what we call legalization.
Gotcha. Okay, I'm starting to grasp just how intricate this whole world of certified translations can be. It's definitely more than just knowing two languages.
It definitely is.
Yeah.
And it highlights why choosing the right translator or translation agency for the job is so important. We'll talk more about that later.
Great. That's definitely something I want to know more about. Now let's shift gears a bit and talk about the situations where these certified translations become absolutely essential.
Sounds good. Let's start with a common scenario, legal proceedings.
Makes sense. I can imagine there's zero room for error when it comes to legal documents.
Exactly. Imagine a court case involving companies from different countries or someone needing to submit evidence from abroad.
Right.
Contracts, witness testimonies, even court rulings themselves. They all need to be translated with absolute precision to ensure fairness and clarity.
Wow, so certified translations are like the guardians of justice in international legal situations.
They play a huge role in making sure language barriers don't obstruct the legal process. It's all about making sure everyone understands each other perfectly with the weight of the law behind it.
That makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
What about situations outside of courtrooms? Where else do we see these certified translations being crucial?
Another big one is immigration. Think about visa applications, naturalization paperwork, or even asylum requests. Those documents often require certified translations to prove the applicant meets all the necessary requirements.
So if I wanted to apply for a visa to, let's say, study in Italy, my academic transcripts and diploma would need official translations to be accepted.
Exactly, and those translations would need to be certified to assure the Italian authorities that the documents are both authentic and accurate.
It's amazing to think how these certified translations play such a significant role in people's lives, opening doors to opportunities and helping them navigate these complex international processes.
They absolutely do. But what happens if there's a mistake in a certified translation? That's something we need to discuss.
That's a great point. What happens if there's an error in a certified translation? What are the implications?
That's a crucial question. Certified translators are held to incredibly high standards, but like in any profession, mistakes can occur. If an error is found, it needs to be addressed immediately.
So would the translator need to issue a corrected version of the translation?
Exactly. Depending on the severity of the error and where the translation was used, there could even be legal ramifications.
Wow, that really underscores the importance of choosing a certified translator with a solid reputation and a proven track record. You don't want to gamble with something this important.
Absolutely. It's not just about finding the cheapest option. Do your research, look at reviews, and make sure you're working with someone truly qualified and experienced in the specific type of document you need translated.
Now let's bring technology into the equation. Has technology simplified or complicated the world of certified translations?
That's an interesting question. Technology has undoubtedly impacted the translation industry as a whole. Machine translation tools have come a long way.
Yeah.
But they still have limitations, especially when it comes to capturing nuance and context.
So you're saying human translators are still indispensable, even with all the advancements in artificial intelligence?
Absolutely. Especially with certified translations. Machines can assist with certain aspects, but the final product still needs a human eye, a qualified translator to review and certify it.
That makes sense. It's about finding the right balance,
Yeah.
right? Leveraging technology where it makes sense, but keeping that human element of expertise at the forefront.
Precisely. And that's a balance reputable translation agencies are constantly working towards.
Now, I've heard some buzz about electronic signatures being used for certified translations. Is that becoming more commonplace?
It is. Electronic signatures offer several advantages like speed and convenience, which is a big plus in our fast-paced world. However, they're not universally accepted yet. Some authorities still require the traditional handwritten signature.
So it's crucial to double-check with the relevant authorities before submitting a certified translation with an electronic signature. Better safe than sorry, right?
Exactly. Always verify the specific requirements to ensure your translation meets all the criteria.
Now, looking ahead with globalization showing no signs of slowing down, what's your take on the future of certified translations? Will the demand keep rising?
Absolutely. As the world becomes increasingly interconnected, the need for accurate and reliable communication across language barriers will only intensify.
So you're saying the role of certified translators is more vital than ever in facilitating understanding and smooth communication on a global scale.
Precisely. They are bridge builders, helping individuals and organizations navigate the complexities of our globalized world, ensuring clarity and accuracy when it matters most.
Now, we've covered a lot of ground, but I'm sure there's even more to explore in the world of certified translations. Before we wrap up this part of our deep dive, what are some key takeaways you'd like our listeners to remember?
I'd say the most important takeaway is this. Certified translations are not your run-of-the-mill translations. They hold legal weight, requiring a specialized skill set, a deep understanding of both language and legal systems, and meticulous attention to detail.
I couldn't agree more.
Hmm.
And as we've discussed, choosing the right translation agency can be just as important as choosing the right translator. Do your homework, check credentials, ask about their process. Don't just go with the first name you find.
Exactly. Don't hesitate to inquire about their quality assurance process, the qualifications of their translators, and their experience handling certified translations for specific industries. It's your right to be informed.
Excellent advice. This has been incredibly insightful. This has been such an eye-opening deep dive. I feel like I've gained a whole new appreciation for the complexity and significance of certified translations.
I'm glad to hear that. It's a fascinating field that plays a vital role in facilitating communication, ensuring legal compliance, and fostering understanding across borders.
Well said. And on that note, we wrap up our exploration of the world of certified translations. Thanks for tuning in to Translation Compass, the localization podcast. Until next time, keep exploring the power of language.